Hey, this is Adjoining Texas, and just hanging out at my zombie to drowned converter, aka the copper farm. And as you can hear, there's a lot of stuff going on. So this farm's pretty simple, and I'm going to show you how to work it here in a minute. First, I just kind of wanted to show you what it actually looks like in game. We've got the spawner there. There goes the zombies. They actually fall down into a water stream down below and then get funneled over, up, and down into this. While I wait for them to come in, I'm going to run back here really quick to kind of show you. You do get a ton of non-stackable loot, but you do also get quite a bit of copper. I just cleaned this thing out here pretty recently. And then yeah, tons of rotten flesh. Some of the armor and tools and stuff are actually pretty good early game. I would definitely put this on my list of must-have early game farms for the Bedrock edition of Minecraft. The only downside of this farm is it does take a little bit whenever you first get it, you first turn it on. It takes a little bit before you start seeing these guys poke through here. And that's because the conversion process, they have to be submerged for 30 seconds plus another 15 seconds, so 45 seconds. So it usually takes about 2 minutes. And then I have a trident killer hooked up here so that I can go AFK and just leave this thing running and collect all of those drops. So get these guys cleaned out real fast, and then we're gonna hop over to a creative testing world. I'd like to start by actually going through the basics of how mob spawners work on Bedrock. So basically, the spawner itself, which you see right there, it will spawn whatever mob type it's loaded with in a 9 by 9 by 3 radius. So basically, from the spawner, you're gonna have 4 blocks out this way, on each side, this way, and this way, and then 1 block above and 1 block below the spawner. So it makes this sort of shape right here. So to maximize the rates, what we want to do is basically fill in these corners, and then we want to dig this guy down. And the reason for digging it down is because before this thing will attempt to spawn those mobs, it will actually check to see if there are any within this perimeter. And that perimeter is marked out by these emerald blocks. So the perimeter extends down underneath the spawner 5 blocks, 4 blocks above, and then a 16 by 16 perimeter that way. So if there are any mobs of that type, for example, since we're using a zombie spawner, if there are any zombies within this sort of area, it'll attempt to spawn, but it won't be able to. And then the last important thing we got to keep in mind whenever we try to like maximize the rates is that from this spawner, the player really can only be about 15 blocks away. 16 is what the wiki says, but from testing, I think it's more like 15 and a half to 16. So I say be within 15 blocks just to be safe. So basically, we want to get all the zombies out of this area, out of this spawn check radius, as fast as possible so we can get more spawn chances as fast as possible. And then we, the player, want to stay within 15 blocks, but then we also want to make sure the zombies or the drown never get further than 32 blocks from us, because then we have a chance of them despawning. So to satisfy all those requirements, it's actually really simple. And this is a really cheap farm. I'll do a material list at some point and maybe just throw it on screen. So this is that same spawner, and all we've done is we've dug a hole down 9 blocks to the floor. So these guys should be able to spawn. There's no chance that within this perimeter there can be any more, since we get them out of there. You see how fast they fell down? We get them out of that area really quickly, and then we funnel them off to the side, and then up and over to our kill chamber. And since we're on, at our kill chamber, since we're on the same Y level, it's actually really easy for us just to count to see how many blocks we are away. And in this case, from those guys, where we're going to be standing when we're AFK, right here, we're only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks from the spawner, so well within the 15. And I'll just kind of quickly walk you through it because this farm is incredibly simple. So once we find the spawner, we just dig down, like I said, 9 blocks. We punch out the walls in this direction. So from the spawner, you're just gonna put a dent going straight down, 3 across on each side. And then from there, you're gonna fill in the corners with those 2 blocks like I showed before. And then punch out these blocks to put in your water sources. So basically these 2 corners, these 3 right here, these 2 corners. And if you fill those gaps there with water, just like that, you shouldn't have any problem having them flush right down here into the system. We put those signs up to stop this water from interfering with that water stream right there. And then push them down. This is 7 blocks this way, then a drop down 4 blocks, and then we have a cobblestone wall right there. 1 block up, we've got our soul sand, bubble vader. The bubble vader comes up, basically it will come up 2 blocks. Let's see. So if you're on the Y level of your spawner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 blocks to the top, or 7 blocks to the area they're going to be funneling across. And then the last thing we do is we shove a piece of, I don't think you can even see it because there's too many mobs, but there's a, right there, there's a spider web right there in place. It is waterlogged. This ensures that these guys stay underwater for the required 30 seconds. They actually stay underwater longer than that. So very rarely will you have a zombie pop through here. They should always be fully converted by the time they're down here. And as you can see, they're actually, there's so many of them getting packed in there, they're actually starting to die from entity cramming, I think. I'm just gonna nudge that guy. So long. So anyway, yeah, it's super simple. I don't really think you need a crazy detailed tutorial. Basically, from your spawner, you can just see right there that pattern. You're gonna want to go 3 blocks in every direction out, and then make those diagonals across. You are going to want to make sure you light these up. We didn't have to worry about it, obviously, on this creative world. But you're going to want to light those up so you don't have a chance for zombies to spawn in there. And then, yeah, once they come down here, just right off the side, make your water chute, 7 blocks, 4 blocks, cobblestone wall, soul sand. We put a couple of fences, or not fences, but a couple signs in place to get the water back. They shoot up and they fall down. Nice and simple. If you've got any questions, feel free to post them down below, I guess. I'm super bad about checking comments, so if you've got any questions, you're probably better off finding me either on Reddit as Realmcrafter or on Discord. I'll post those links down below. Okay, I hope this helps you out, and I hope you get a ton of copper. Thanks for watching. Bye.